Yes, if you thought we're going to go to sleep already, no, you're wrong. We're still there with our BOOKFEST Digital. We're going to start the last hour. And today, on Saturday, the 17th of October, we wanted to send a sign of hope for all the authors, publishers out there. And although we all know we're in pandemic times, we hope to see you back in Frankfurt next year, all healthy and connecting all around the book fair in Frankfurt. Also, wir haben natürlich gehofft, dass wir mit unserem BOOKFEST Digital heute an diesem Samstag mit unserer ganz, ganz langen Sendezeit, die noch 1 Stunde dauert, ein Zeichen der Hoffnung setzen konnten und auch noch können bis Mitternacht. Für all die Autoren, für die Liebhaber von Büchern, für all die Verleger. Und ich möchte mich an dieser Stelle ganz herzlich mal bedanken bei meinem Team vor und hinter den Kulissen. Das war ein richtig toller, kreativer Kraftakt, den wir hier alle zusammen gestemmt haben. Und jetzt in der letzten Stunde, da wenden wir uns nochmal einem Land zu, das ganz hervorragende Autoren herausgebracht hat. Indien war zweimal schon Gastland auf der Frankfurter Buchmesse und das zweite Land in unserer letzten Stunde von unserem BOOKFEST Digital ist Taiwan. Auch ein Land mit einer ganz großen, spannenden Literaturszene, aber mit dem Problem des demografischen Wandels, einer sehr, sehr stark alternden Gesellschaft, sodass sich die aktuelle Verlags- und Literaturszene wirklich kreative Gedanken machen muss, wie bekommt man die Jüngeren dann tatsächlich auch wieder fasziniert für Bücher. Ich verabschiede mich, ich bin Bärbel Schäfer, ich freue mich, dass Sie uns den Tag über begleitet haben beim BOOKFEST Digital und jetzt viel Freude mit Indien und Taiwan.
Hello friends, I'm Nita Gupta and I'm a New Delhi-based publisher at Yatra Books. Our focus at Yatra Books is on translation and we try to bring the best books published around the world to Indian language readers in Hindi, Urdu, Marathi, Telugu, Bangla and Gujarati. But today I stand before you as a representative of the Publishers Exchange. In April 2020, a group of us Indian language publishers from across the country came together to understand and tackle the challenges of publishing and distribution in a post-COVID world. The Publishers Exchange is like a window to publishing in India. The exchange welcomes publishers, authors, editors, translators, graphic designers, and service providers who work in the Indian languages, including but not limited to Hindi, Marathi, Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Odia, Assamese, and Bengali. This is a space for exchanging ideas, rights, resources, and networking. Over the last 6 months, we've tackled issues ranging from e-book conversions, onboarding on online retail platforms, audiobooks, physical book distribution channels, accessing rural markets, acquiring translation rights from each other's catalogs, planning virtual book fairs, and participating in global opportunities like the Frankfurt Book Fair. In a series of video messages, publishers from different parts of India will talk a little bit about their markets and showcase some of their most beautiful writing from their states. This is our way of greeting the world publishing community and celebrating this unique digital edition of the Frankfurt Book Fair.
Trails they have left for their homes. The trails that they have left on the sweltering tar roads, on the shadowless highways, remain. The trails monstrous tires couldn't erase. The walls, the firmly locked walls of homes, move slowly to turn into the walls of graveyards. It's over. You have lived your life, says the voice from above. Toxin. It has been a long time since holding the hands of friends for a walk, since talking to relatives looking at their faces. Far away from an imprisoned land comes only the voice of my dear daughter. Going round in circles, The air I breathe is now toxic. I can't breathe. The air is acrid by an encircling fire. I run and burrow into a hole. The lingering smoke spreads and blocks the way. I hit, kick, and try hard. I can't, sir, I can't. I can't breathe. The Times. Shocking news comes in every moment. Eyes fixed and ears clogged. The heart beats with wild palpitations has turned into a secret gesture. Is this the time of epidemic, pandemic, or apocalypse? No, of total abandonment.
Hello, I'm Bhaskar Dattabarwa. I'm from a place called Assam, which is in the northeastern part of India. We speak and publish in a language called Assamese, which is spoken across the valley of the mighty river Brahmaputra. Our publishing house, LBS, was founded in the year 1942. And since then till now, we have published almost the who's who of Assamese literature. We currently have about 400 titles in print and a backlist that runs into thousands across all genres and subgenres. Starting this year, especially with all the advantages gained from the surge in the digital networking stage, we are going to start promoting our authors on the world stage, translating their works into different languages, and we hope this platform is going to provide us that opportunity. Anyway, today I am happy to present before you one of our very bright poets, a big name in Assamese poetry, Mr. Samir Tati, who has written wonderful poems across different themes. Today I hope you will enjoy listening to his rendition of one of his all-time favorite poems, Call Me, Will You, My Golden Bee. Thank you.
মই এমুঠি চাই উৰি যাম বসন্তৰ তোৰণৰ মাজেদি বৰফ হৈ পৰা কোনোবা জুৰি খুৱনি কৰিবলৈ মোক মাতা ও মোৰ সোণালী মৌ মাখি মই ৰঙানীলা সূতাৰ দৰে উমলিব খোজো কাৰোবাৰ উঠন বুকুত কপালত বুলেটৰ আঘাত লৈ মই উভতিম তোমালৈ জোনাকে ধোৱা শেষ ৰাতি
I am a fistful of ash to fly through the portals of spring, to become the headrest of the frozen brooks. Call me, will you, my golden honeybee? I want to hang to the picture like red and green hues. Whoever will bear an eternal imprint on the heart, when none is willing to listen to the other. Go away, my clouds, to the other shore of evening. Drench these lips and the ever-raging thirst of the bud. O wildflower, involve me in those roots. I will traipse through the wild as a firefly. Taking these bullets in my heart, I will return to moonlight. The stars will weep alone that day.
Namaste, I am Meera Johari, the third generation publisher at Rajpal Sons, which is amongst the oldest publishing houses in India. We publish in Hindi, which is the most widely spoken language in our country. Set up in 1912, the earlier decades focused on books of religious nature and social issues. But as we gained independence in 1947, we changed our mission to providing good literature for the young nation on the move. We felt while we have to abide by the old values that we have, it needs to be presented in a way that it meets the aspirations of the young generation. With that in mind, we set out to build a literary book list. And as I look back over the last 70 years, we have built up a good list of books which have survived over the decades. Whether it is Mohan Rakesh's Ashar Ka Ek Din, which, while based on an old Sanskrit classic, presents it in a very new modern format. Or it is Amritlal Nagar's Manas Ka Hans, or the poetry and autobiography of Harivansh Rai Bachchan. These are books which have inspired generations of readers and will continue to do so in years to come.
In the 108-year-old lifespan of our publishing house, we've seen many ups and downs, but the COVID-19 pandemic of this year has been one of the biggest challenges faced by us and publishing houses around the world. Bookstores have been shut down and print book sales have collapsed to historic lows, putting a big question mark on the survival of many publishing houses. Our digital publishing initiatives, including our ebook store, our audiobook store, and our author podcast platforms, have provided a lifeline to our publishing house during these challenging times. And as the world begins to recover to a new form of normality, we see these initiatives becoming major growth drivers for our publishing house going forward. Perhaps that will be the key for the publishing industry around the world, to adapt to the new tools discovered and developed during this pandemic and these challenging times to thrive in the post-pandemic world to come ahead.
Telugu is a sweet language spoken by over 80 million people in India and over 90 million the world over. Known as the Italian of the East for its sweet resonance, it has been the language of choice for lyrical compositions in Carnatic music. It is also rated as the fastest growing language in the USA, with over 500,000 Telugu people settled there. The Telugu people are also a very literate people, with print copies of Telugu daily newspapers having a circulation of about 30 million. The Telugu film industry is also booming, having the second highest share in India with 14% of all film releases in 2019, after Hindi with 15%. Historically, an important strand in Telugu publication has always been the movement to make global writing and writings in other Indian languages available to the Telugu reading public through translations. Apart from the popular material, there is an established market for thought-provoking literature that has been nourished over the decades.
Hello, I am Geeta Ramaswamy from the Hyderabad Book Trust. We publish in Telugu. At present, Telugu literature is going through the throes of change because of the opportunities presented by the internet revolution. E-books, audiobooks, print on demand, e-commerce portals. We are looking at all this. And young people here, they crave for getting acquainted with global trends in literature. We at HBT are also in the thick of the fray. We have been publishing translations and commissioning original literature for the last 40 years, and we hope to continue taking advantage of the internet revolution. The Telugu market offers a great opportunity to international publishers who are looking into expanding into the Indian market. So Hyderabad and Telugu welcome you digitally.
Sivasagar, 1928 to 2012. Born as K.G. Satchamurthy, had a long history of both literary and political activism. He is considered a trendsetter in both leftist writing and writing of the victims of caste oppression.
అమరత్వం విత్తనం చనిపోతూ పంటను వాగ్దానం చేసింది. చిన్నారి పువ్వు రాలిపోతూ చిరునవ్వుతో కాపును వాగ్దానం చేసింది. అడవి దహించుకుపోతూ దావానలాన్ని వాగ్దానం చేసింది. సూర్యాస్తమయం చేతిలో చెయ్యి వేసి సూర్యోదయాన్ని వాగ్దానం చేసింది. అమరత్వం రమణీయమైంది. అది కాలాన్ని కౌగిలించుకొని మరో ప్రపంచాన్ని వాగ్దానం చేసింది. Immortality. As the seed dies, it promises a new harvest. The falling bud promises a good blossom. As the forest burns, it promises a complete makeover. While bidding farewell, sunset promises another day. Immortality is spellbinding. While embracing time, it promises another new world.
Hi, I am Vasudhindra. I write and publish in a language called Kannada. This language is spoken by more than 60 million people in a state called Karnataka. Our language has a history of over 2000 years. We have around 1500 publishers in Kannada, small, medium, large, all. They publish around 8,000 new titles every year. I'm going to present you a poem written by a poet called Pampa. He lived in 10th century. He is our first poet. He wrote two big epics, one related to Jainism and another one related to Hinduism. For you, a small poem of Pampa sung by Sunita Ananta Swami.
Chagada bhogada akkarada chagada bhogada akkarada geyada gottiya alampininpugal gagaravad manasare ಅಂತವರಾಗಿ ಪುಟ್ಟಲ್ ಏನಾಗಿಯೋ ಮೇನೋ ತೀರ್ದಪುದೇ ತೀರದೊಡಂ ಮರಿದುಂಬಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಯಾಗಿ ಪುಟ್ಟುವುದು ನಂದನದೊಳ್ ಬನವಾಸಿ ದೇಶದೊಳ್ ಬನವಾಸಿ
Hello and namaskar. We are Mehta Publishing House from the land of King Shivaji and Sant Tukaram, land of Maratha, land of Maharashtra, a western part of India. Mehta Publishing House is one of the prominent publishers in the Marathi publishing industry for more than 4 decades. Mr. Anil Mehta, my father, man with a great vision, started the venture in 1976. We are primarily focusing on original content with legendary authors like Mr. Ranjit Desai, Mr. V.S. Khandekar, Mr. Vishwas Patil, Mr. Anand Yadav and many more. Mr. Anil Mehta was fond of world language literature and he wanted to introduce the world literary content to Marathi readers, and thus we initiated with best-selling authors like Jeffrey Archer, Dan Brown, Robin Cook and many more. A company to have been trusted with more than 4,500 backlists and about 2,000 plus in print titles. There are magnificent bestsellers of more than 1,000 titles. Frankfurt Book Fair is the perfect platform for regional publishers like us to exchange the content and ideas between the world languages and having the opportunity to meet many new authors and getting a glimpse of new trends in the international publishing world. Hope the whole publishing industry and all the world book fairs will get back to their glory days. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching these messages from across India. Looking forward to meeting all of you in person in 2021. 3 cheers for the Frankfurt Buchmesse. Bye-bye.